G'day everybody. Well, we are back and the room is all in place. Now, I've been taking a lot of measurements and moving the treatment in this room around to suit. Now, you know, this has been going on for a while now and I've been experimenting with different things, but I've really got a real handle on this room now. This room is sounding, there's a combination of a few things going on here, which some of it you know about. The acoustically grounding system has made a huge difference. I want to talk to you a little bit about that in the next video, about how I've really nailed where that's sounding its best. And it goes past, and there's some more to say about my review of the Kojo acoustically grounding system. I'll talk to you a little bit about the modifications and what I've done to it to get it to where it is now, and where it is absolutely outstanding. But that's in a video to come. But this was mainly the wrap up to show you the big changes that have happened in this room. Now there's some air gaps in between things, which is extremely important with sound treatment. I'm going to talk further about that in another video in the series that I'm doing on acoustic treatment, which is in my playlists. This series that I'm doing, 3 or 4 videos that I'm doing, will all go in there as well, with some of the other stuff that I've done. But I have a background in this through my sound engineering stuff, so I do know a little bit about how to set a room up acoustically. And this room is now measuring better than it has ever measured. The 80 hertz bump that I had in this room is as small as it's ever been. I don't think there's any way to get it any better than I've got it now, without a serious changing around of the room. And even then, even if I put the speakers on the short wall and I sit long ways in this room, I think I would create as many problems as I would solve. I think I've got it really good now by opening this room up a little bit more, giving this some more air around things. There's not as many chairs in here. All of that's made a huge difference. But more than that, the rearranging further of the acoustic treatment I have in this room has made a massive difference. And I don't even know if you can hear it in my voice, but look, let's do something here. Let me just walk out while I'm talking to you into my hallway. Now, can you hear that? You can definitely hear that there is a difference out here. And while I'm talking, I'll walk back into the listening room and you can hear my voice change immediately. I can hear it, and I'm sure the microphone's picking that up as well. It's a huge difference in here now. It always was a change in my voice when I walked in and out of this room, but this just sounds really natural, and there's enough life in this room where I'm really happy with it, and enough dampening of reflections and controlling of lower octave stuff that, well, my system sounds phenomenal at the moment. I'll play a track in a minute and give you a bit of an idea, but this is just on a short. I'll do it on a short. So the next short you see on the channel will be, and I'll title it the new room setup, but I'll spin the camera around and have a look at what's changed in here. So if we start in the corner over there, now those treatments there don't look much different, but we've changed what I've done in the corners, which we spoke about in the last video. So if I pan around here, I've tidied everything up on the cabinet behind the rack, got rid of all my little bits and pieces in there that were ugly to look at for a start. But I've put 2 diaphragmatic bass traps now that were over behind me here. Now what I've also done, and let's walk around here, is there is a lovely air gap in between the trap and the wall. And that has made a huge difference. Same on the other side. So if we pan around here further, we've got the, now this isn't set up yet, so this has all still got to happen, but there is the sub I've got sitting at this position, so I can either have it here, pardon my stack of CDs, I'll get those out of the road, so that we can see. So I can either have that sitting there like that, or I can have it on this wall here. And so obviously if we go around a bit further, you see now there's just one 2-seater couch in here now. And again, there's air around everything. So there's another spot where I can put the subwoofer on this side. I think over there is going to be really good, but I'm not 100% sure yet. And all of that will come when I start tuning the room with the subwoofer. So I've put some acoustic foam diffusion on the just two pieces there, which made quite a big difference, believe it or not, and opposing all here. So you can see exactly what obviously the absorption there is at first point of reflection, and on exactly the other side you'll see the same thing there. I've got absorption in front of an old gas heater, which vibrates when I really get it going loud in this room. So I've taped it all up so that it doesn't. In fact, I'll show you that. Not many, you never really get the chance to see that, but you can see what I've done in here. I've put masking tape over all the areas on there that actually vibrate, so they don't vibrate anymore. And then I put some absorption, as you can see here, right down there in front of it, and that's quite that point up beautifully. But yeah, that's what's happened in this room now. That is the new setup in here. And let me tell you, it's made a huge difference to the way this system sounds, and all for the better. I've just been checking it all on a very complex spectrum analyzer, and I've got such a beautiful, almost flat response in this room. And I mean, I can immediately hear it. It's changed dramatically. As it's been happening in stages. So when I say dramatically, that's probably too strong a word for now, but it's a further evolution of what all of the latest videos in the last month or so have done. So I've also put some foam trapping right up in the corners there. It's really important to catch those corners for bass. And believe it or not, when I didn't have those in and I just had the absorption above the bass traps there, and there's lovely air gaps in behind all of that stuff too, which has made a big difference. But without those foam traps in the very top corners up there, all the way around, you'll see in every corner the same thing. The bass was a tiny bit bloomy in that 80 hertz range. By putting those up in there, like I've done, you could easily and audibly hear the difference when that area was blocked off. So it just goes to show you that you've got to just keep experimenting when you do this, because there's always areas where you can refine and improve slightly. And I just love how this room sounds now. This is as good as this room has ever sounded. There's no doubt about it. I could not be happier than where I'm at the moment with it. I've got a nice big seat, which I sit one cheek either side of the crack, so to speak. Pardon my language. And but it puts me directly in the middle, and the gap and distance is really good. I'm hearing just outside of the near field, so there's very little room interaction anyway, but any of that overhang and bloom, it's mainly that stuff that I'm trying to kill in this room, and I've really got it nailed now, as good as I know I'll ever get it. So absolute total success. I couldn't be happier. It really does sound fantastic in here now, and so we'll play some music. I'll do a little short now and give you a listen to the room, and then so look out for that, and we'll be back soon for the next step in the Kuzma 4-point. We're going to do the cartridge installation and the tangential setting up of the cartridge onto the sweep on the turntable to make sure we've got that all lined up. There's some azimuth adjustment, which I can talk to you about on there as well. And there's also, we can talk further about anti-skate and things like that, and getting the VTA set up perfectly. So all that's to come in the next series on the turntable. But look, I couldn't be happier with this. It's sounding amazing. I can't wait to get my audio buddies over here to have a listen. And I am sure they'll be telling me exactly the same thing, because you can hear it's different in here now. And I've done quite a few changes since my good mate Travis has been over here. So he's going to hear some real big improvements in this room, as you are on the channel. In fact, he's already, sort of excited about the things that have happened in here and the changes that he's already hearing. There's more to come. So I always say that there's about a 30% to a 40% improvement in the room over what you hear on YouTube. No matter what I do, what microphones I play around with, I just can't get it much better than what I've got it now as far as what I'm recording. But just imagine adding 30 to 40% more on that, and that's what it sounds like when you sit in that chair right there. So thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Love having you guys on board. If you haven't liked the video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you're enjoying this kind of stuff. If you've got any suggestions around things you want to see me cover on the channel, leave them in the description. Talk to me. I want your feedback. I want to know what you want to see, so that I can, and then give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, because that lets me know that I'm on the right track, that I'm doing the things you want to talk about and you want to learn about and the things you want to know about. So there's no such thing as a dumb question. It's only the question you never ask. So don't forget to ask questions if there's anything you want to know. If I can't answer it, I've got a group of people that I'm sure can get an answer, and I always, so far so good, I answer every question that comes my way on the channel. So thanks very much. I love your support, and we'll talk real soon with the next installment on the Kuzma 4 Point.